Thinking about buying a Renault Captur? Before you sign anything, you need to hear this. Because behind the stylish design and modern tech, there's a serious flaw in the hybrid version that has already cost some owners thousands, and that's just one of the surprises hiding beneath the surface. These are 5 Renault Captur problems the dealership probably won't warn you about, and if you're not careful, one of them could turn your smart purchase into a very expensive mistake. Stay with me till the end because problem number 3 is the one most buyers never see coming. Hey everyone, welcome back to Supercar. Today we're taking a deep and honest look at the Renault Captur. On paper, it's one of the most attractive small SUVs on the market, stylish, efficient, and packed with tech, but real ownership tells a different story. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 surprising problems reported by real owners, explain why they happen, how serious they are, and what you should do if you're thinking about buying one, or already own one. Let's get straight into it. First up, let's talk about the automatic gearbox, because this is one issue that instantly affects how the car feels every single day. Many Renault Captur owners complain that the automatic transmission simply doesn't behave the way a modern gearbox should. Instead of smooth, predictable shifts, drivers experience hesitation, jerky changes, and awkward delays when pulling away. Picture this. You stop at a traffic light, press the accelerator, and for a split second, nothing happens. Then suddenly, the car lunges forward. In slow traffic, the gearbox can feel confused, constantly shifting up and down in a way that makes the drive uncomfortable. This problem is most commonly linked to Renault's dual-clutch automatic gearbox known as the EDC. Dual-clutch systems are great when they work perfectly, but they rely heavily on precise software calibration and healthy clutch components. When that balance is off, even just a little bit, the result is rough shifting. In many cases, the issue actually starts with the transmission control module. A small software glitch can cause delayed gear engagement or uneven shifts. Sometimes, a simple software update from the dealer improves the situation, but not always. If the problem continues, it may point to worn clutch packs or a failing mechatronic unit, and that's where costs start to rise quickly. Repairs here are not cheap, especially once the car is out of warranty. If you're experiencing jerky shifting, don't ignore it. Get the gearbox scanned, ask specifically about software updates, and avoid aggressive driving. Smooth throttle inputs and proper maintenance can help extend the life of this transmission. But make no mistake, this is a known weak point for the Captur. Now let's move on to something even more unpredictable: electrical problems. The Renault Captur is packed with electronics, and while that brings convenience, it also introduces risk. Some owners report sudden dashboard warning lights appearing all at once, engine warnings, ABS alerts, traction control messages, sometimes without any noticeable change in how the car drives. It can feel like the car is panicking for no reason. One of the most common causes is battery-related issues. A weak battery or parasitic drain can confuse multiple control units, triggering a cascade of error messages. In some cases, a faulty module continues drawing power even when the car is off, leaving you with a dead battery overnight. Sensors are another major culprit. A failing crankshaft or wheel speed sensor can send incorrect data to the system, causing the car to enter limp mode with reduced power. Suddenly, you're driving a car that feels slow, unresponsive, and frankly stressful. Diagnosing electrical faults isn't always straightforward. A proper OBD scan is essential, and sometimes multiple scans are needed to pinpoint the real cause. The key advice here is simple: never ignore electrical warnings, even if the car seems to drive fine. Small electrical issues have a habit of turning into very expensive problems if left unresolved. Now we come to the most serious issue on this list, and if you're considering the Renault Captur E-Tech hybrid, pay close attention. The hybrid system is one of the Captur's biggest selling points, but it's also its biggest financial risk. Some owners have experienced sudden hybrid gearbox failures, often with little warning. In certain cases, drivers report receiving an electric motor failure message while driving, followed by a complete loss of power. The car becomes undrivable. One of the most concerning causes is a leaking gearbox seal in the hybrid transmission. When this seal fails, transmission fluid slowly escapes. Without proper lubrication and cooling, the internal components overheat, including the electric motor and clutch system. The result can be total gearbox failure. What makes this worse is the complexity of the hybrid setup. Unlike a conventional gearbox, the E-Tech system combines a petrol engine, electric motors, and a multi-mode transmission. More parts mean more potential failure points, and fewer mechanics qualified to fix them. Repair costs here can be shocking. Replacing a hybrid gearbox can run into the thousands, sometimes even exceeding the value difference between the hybrid and non-hybrid models. Renault has issued recalls for certain production batches, so checking recall status is absolutely essential. If you own or plan to buy a Captur hybrid, strict maintenance is non-negotiable. Any warning related to the hybrid system should be treated as urgent. And, if the car displays a serious hybrid fault, don't drive it. Have it towed. That decision alone could save you a massive repair bill. Next, let's talk about build quality, because looks can be deceiving. The Renault Captur looks modern and well-finished, but inside, some owners report disappointing quality. Loose trim pieces, dashboard rattles, and door panel noises are surprisingly common. These issues don't usually affect safety, but they can seriously ruin the ownership experience, especially on longer drives. More worrying is premature rust. Yes, rust, on a relatively modern car. Some Captur owners have reported corrosion on the tailgate, especially around the rear wiper area. Water can become trapped due to poor drainage design, leading to rust over time. Even more concerning is rust on the front subframe. This is a structural component that supports the engine and suspension. In severe cases, corrosion has been serious enough to fail vehicle inspections. That's not just cosmetic, it's a safety issue. While Renault does offer corrosion warranties, getting repairs approved isn't always straightforward. Regular washing, especially in winter, and early treatment of rust spots can help prevent bigger problems, but it's something every Captur owner should keep an eye on. Finally, let's talk about the driving experience itself. Some drivers are surprised to find the driving position uncomfortable, especially taller drivers. The Captur's high seating position gives great visibility, but it can also feel awkward. Some drivers say the seats are too high, the pedal layout feels unnatural, and the steering wheel adjustment isn't enough to find a truly comfortable position. Over long journeys, this can lead to back and leg discomfort. Then there's performance. The entry-level petrol engines, especially the 1.0-liter version, can feel a bit underpowered. In city driving, it's acceptable, but if you add passengers, luggage, or hit a steep incline, the lack of power really becomes obvious. Overtaking and highway merging require some planning. Honestly, sometimes more than you'd expect from a modern SUV. Even the hybrid, while definitely efficient, puts fuel economy ahead of excitement. If you're hoping for quick acceleration or a sporty response, you might end up a little disappointed. The key takeaway here is pretty simple. Test drives matter, and not just a quick loop around the block, I mean a real drive. Check comfort, power delivery, and visibility. What feels totally fine for 10 minutes might feel pretty different after an hour. If this breakdown helped you out, make sure to subscribe to Supercar for more honest car reviews and ownership insights. And let me know in the comments, would you still buy a Renault Captur after hearing all this? Drive safe, and I'll see you in the next one.